listeners, welcome to the Stogies and Spirits Podcast, coming to you live from the Diplomat Cigar Lounge in beautiful downtown Keene, New Hampshire. Is everybody ready? It's time to just cut, light, and suck.
Disclaimer. We are all over the age of 21 and do not condone underage smoking or drinking. Please drink and smoke responsibly.
All right. Welcome to the podcast. I'm here, as always, with the CEO to my left. You're right, Josh Bizzaio.
CEO, jeez.
CEO.
I went up in the world.
I don't know any other acronyms. I could try to think of one, but I think that describes you pretty well.
That does, I think.
Right here, the C producer O, DJ Ice, aka Warren. And we have a special guest host with us tonight.
Yeah.
Paul to my right.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
I was trying to think of a good nickname for him, but he's a construction worker.
Pounding nails, Paul.
That's a little too long. Pounding Paul. No, that didn't sound right. No. We're gonna.
WTF.
Whoa. All right. So, Josh, why don't you give us a little rundown of what we're going to be talking about today?
Tonight, we're going to be doing cigar tasting again. Go figure. But we're going to talk about how to cut a cigar first, different styles and stuff like that. Then we're going to do a Drew Estate Undercrown Maduro. Go through the history of Drew Estate. And then we're going to go into an Old Forester for our bourbon tonight. And we have a guest, Don, who works for Brown Foreman and is Old Forester rep, I believe. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's the rep.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So we're going to go through the brand history on that, some alcohol info. We're going to be drinking regular Old Forester tonight, and then rating, and then we're going to phone a friend like normal and give away some stuff.
Oh, we have a lot of stuff to give away today, and we always say that we're going to give away stuff, but we never actually do. So this time we're gonna do it this time.
Like the first time we chose someone that had like the largest tab.
Yeah.
And last time we just said, hey, whoever's listening to us on the podcast, come up and get some stuff.
Right. So if we can get someone in the chat, someone in the comment,
how to give stuff away.
Yeah.
Paul,
how do we give this stuff
this
away? Paul's going to decide. Here we go.
We have a bag. We have an ashtray. We have a couple acid cigars, which is made by Drew Estate.
What about that hat? Is that hat part of the giveaway or no?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Ooh, stay tuned.
Some podcast merch.
There's another episode that we're giving away that hat. Not this one, though.
Not this
That's
one.
okay.
Nope.
So yeah, we'll come up with some way to do it.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think the bar tab idea is going to work. It's pretty busy tonight. I don't know if you can see. We got a little standing room only going on in some parts of the bar. So it's a good night.
Do we have a T-shirt launcher?
We should try
We
that.
just throw the stuff out.
Paul, you should never tell me those things because I will go.
You realize he's going to go and buy that.
I'm buying one next week.
I'm ready.
Fucking T-shirt
Warren,
launcher.
We're gonna shoot T-shirts.
We're launching
right here.
T-shirts. We're gonna kill somebody. Basically,
okay.
is what's
We're
gonna
gonna knock
happen.
someone's drink down or something ridiculous. But I'm definitely buying a T-shirt launcher.
Yes, that is a great idea.
All right, so let's get some information about Paul.
Absolutely, yeah. So what do you do, Paul? You're a construction worker, but what does that exactly mean?
So I own Finley Construction Company. We're out of Keene, New Hampshire. We do kitchens, baths, decks, additions. We are what I consider a full-service remodeling company.
Nice.
I've 8 guys. We do really good work. We're good, honest, hardworking guys, and that's just what we do day in and day out.
Well, that's definitely good. I might need to talk to you a little bit later because I have millions of projects that need some getting done, and I just don't do them.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I start them sometimes.
I do that all the time. My wife hates it.
And then I don't finish them.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about my house, but we do really good work for our customers.
For other people.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that's what I typically hear from most people is they
How far out are you
say,
booked?
We're booking into March right now. Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
We have 3 to 4 crews running at one time, so we got a lot of projects going on, and Yeah, we're busy.
That's good. That's really good.
Awesome.
What's that for, Warren?
I have the podcast playing so I could see if it cuts out. Just making sure. So yeah,
Stretching out here, yeah.
stretching out. Josh wants to show off his boots.
You don't have to tell everyone that.
Oh, my bad. I mean,
But look at his boots.
you know,
They're nice.
Made
Yeah.
from snapping
I
turtle.
don't know if
Well,
we
toe
can.
up, Josh. Come on.
Can we
Let's
get
see
the here? Can you hold them in front of the camera that's in front of you?
I can't.
Oh yeah, you can't bend that way,
No,
huh?
it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
All right, let's just get into this.
Anyway, time to
So-
talk about
We're
cigars.
going to do cigar cutting, actually.
Yep,
So you have to cut a cigar to smoke it.
you do. Wow, it is really loud in here. I apologize to all the listeners. It's just one of those things that,
Yeah, I apologize.
you know.
So this says typically you only need to cut about 1/16 of an inch off,
Yep.
but that will vary on personal preference. So, like,
So-
it just depends. Like, some cigars I cut a little bit more off than less because the draw.
Well, and I feel like also, what if you have, I guess the size of the cigar doesn't really matter. That's not going to make a difference. You can have a cigar that's a foot long or 6 inches, and the opening is just the opening. It's just what you're going to suck it
Not
through.
necessarily.
No.
I think it does matter. I think if you
Okay.
if you got a bigger cigar, you want a bigger V cut, or you want to take a little bit more off the head. That way you get some better draw.
Yeah.
Correct. It is all about the draw. That's what I was going to tell Warren. Like, if you have a smaller cigar, you don't really need a huge opening sometimes because
that's
of
true.
a smaller ring gauge, right? So it's
Exactly.
skinnier. But like a big cigar, if you cut it just a little bit off, sometimes it just doesn't draw.
Yeah.
Or if it's
But the
packed-
length's not going to matter. Just
yeah,
the width.
It can.
Well, I mean,
Can it though? I don't think. I'm
you
thinking.
get like Lanceros, which are long and skinny.
Yeah.
You don't.
Are
need
you going to do a
take
big cut on that though?
You don't necessarily need to take a big cut.
That's
No,
what I'm
'cause it's
thinking.
super skinny.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So how does that taste? You want to?
The cigar, it's all right, but I'm going to keep going on the cigar cuts.
Okay.
So you cut the cap. That's the end that's closed on the cigar. It's like the closed end of the cigar. And
Yeah.
you put the blade on it where you want to cut it, and you just do it wicked fast, like hard and fast.
Hard and fast.
You don't want to mess around with it and do it soft and gentle because it'll like
It's
mess
gonna
up.
tear it up.
It'll tear
kinda.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
The
sense.
wrapper. Yep.
Yeah.
And then with the cigars with like a pointed tip.
A pointed tip.
Yeah, like a torpedo. We haven't done a torpedo on here yet,
No.
where it's not just like a little round oval. It's literally pointed.
Okay.
Or like a figurado.
Pyramid, yeah.
Yeah. So those ones, there isn't really like a recommended length you cut off. You just cut off as much as you need to.
Yeah.
I think I've never really. Sometimes I cut off a little. Sometimes I cut off almost a half inch.
I mean, I've gone from doing a guillotine cut on those tapered end,
Yeah.
but I've also done a V cut, and I'll just do it like a double V, and I'll continue to do the V. I'd rotate it until
It
it
gets
gets deep
down
enough.
far enough.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, so you're basically just cutting until you can draw enough air through where you have like some free airflow.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we just did the straight cut, the V cut, and then the punch. I don't use the punch.
What does that do?
Basically, you put it on the end and you take a little hole out of it. Is it
Okay.
just out of the wrapper, Paul? A punch?
You take it out of the cap.
So you're just taking it out of like the cap. You're not putting it in and taking stuff out of the filler or anything.
No,
like
you're
that.
just taking it out of the cap.
You're just taking the cap off. Yeah. So you just take the cap off a little bit.
Okay.
A lot of the times, those punches are part of a lot of lighters. So you can flip
Correct.
open the bottom lid and you just kind of use a punch, so it's all in one.
Yeah, I have a Vertigo lighter here that has a punch on the bottom of it.
Yep.
It's nice. Let's see here. So yeah, if you're getting into cigars, that's one thing you should buy. Is you should always have a cutter and lighter with you. And if that Vertigo lighter has a punch in it, you're set.
Yeah.
You only need to carry one thing instead of two.
Yep.
So yeah, having the proper tools.
Thing to know sometimes about cutting a cigar, I feel like, especially in this kind of climate where it can be dry.
Yeah.
Like I usually put the cigar to my lips first and wet it up a little bit
Correct.
before I cut it. Because
Yeah, getting
if it's
a little
dry,
moisture on
yeah,
the-
you can totally crack the.
Yeah, you don't want that. So yeah, getting a little moisture on the cap before you cut it is not necessarily recommended, but if you're drier climate, I guess.
Not recommended if you're in a cigar lounge and you're using a common
I would not
cutter.
use the house cutter and lick the end of the cigar and then put it in. That would not be good.
Not a
that's
good
per-
idea.
that's
kind of
personal
gross.
stuff.
Yeah. If you really need to, you can always use like a scissors or something like that too. Like if you don't have any of that
Kitchen
stuff, you could
knife.
use a knife, scissors. You could bite the end of it off. I've seen crazy people do that.
Okay.
I've used my box cutter before when I'm desperate.
Really, at work?
Yeah.
And now when you're cutting them though, you're not actually cutting off the end. You're just like cutting a hole in it, right?
No, you're cutting off the
Oh,
end.
you are cutting it off.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Not a lot.
Just the tip.
Yeah, you don't want to cut too much off because it'll start unraveling. That cap kind of keeps everything together.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, you'll see the
Interesting.
cap on the cigar. It's like goes down to about half an inch, 3/8 of an inch down to the cigar.
Okay.
this
Okay.
is-
If you
This
cut
has
through
a
that,
large-
it starts to unravel.
This has a larger cap on it.
It does
you're
have a
right.
larger cap.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you smoke a lot at work, Paul?
At work, no, I do not smoke at work. I smoke at night when I have to do estimates and I'm going through computer work. But
Yeah.
on
Not
site,
during the day.
we do not smoke.
Inside people's houses.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Just asking. Hey.
I mean, we do get invited back to people's house afterwards to do grilling and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Cigar smoking is acceptable at those points, but not while
Not
we're
during the day at work.
No.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Well, that
so
makes sense.
well, you were just showing it, but we are smoking the Undercrown Maduro tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to show it?
No,
Do you
it's
want
fine.
Paul to show it?
Well, we just kind of had it up. It wasn't a big
Yeah.
deal. Oh, Paul
Here,
can show it on the
Paul,
camera.
you can go ahead and show it right there.
Well, that's the tubo it came in.
There it is. Yeah. Okay. That's good.
A nice dark cigar.
Look at that. Now, what do you call that ashy end of it? Does that have a name?
It is the foot of the cigar.
The foot. Okay.
The head with the cap
Yeah.
and the foot.
Okay.
And then that's just the ash.
But the ash
Yeah,
doesn't
there's
have like
no
a
special
special
name.
name.
No special name.
No, after you start lighting it, it really isn't the foot anymore, I don't think. I
No.
guess it's always the foot, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's certainly not the cap because I'm not smoking it back.
No, don't smoke it backwards. So, yeah,
What would
this-
happen if you smoked it backwards? I'm just curious.
If you
You're
cut
just
the wrong end, it doesn't matter. It's going to smoke the same way.
right. Yeah.
Technically, right?
I've never tried.
You're just gonna have a wide.
I've never
open
done it on purpose.
Cut, right.
I guess some rollers could roll a cigar differently where they put different fillers in different spots.
And then I feel like
Right.
once you're smoking, like the cap you said holds it together. So if you start
could start
smoking that, it
unraveling,
could
yeah.
start unraveling.
Yeah.
That'd be a problem.
Well,
We
the,
should try that. One of these episodes,
Just
we're going to
smoke
smoke
it
a cigar
backwards?
backwards and see what happens.
the filler runs down the cigar, so you should get a consistent smoke all the way
Yeah.
through.
But don't sometimes they put different fillers
But they should be consistently down
all the way
whole
down the
length
whole
of
thing?
cigar.
Gotcha,
yeah.
yeah. So Drew Estate, they started making cigars in 1996. Yeah.
Nice.
Not too long ago. It's not like
No.
a wicked old brand, you know. It was just these two guys, Jonathan Drew and Marvin Samel. I think that's how you say his name. I couldn't-
Marvin got kind of screwed on the naming deal, apparently.
Yeah. So they're two frat brothers from New York City. They started out really small. They started out in a 16 square foot kiosk at the World Trade Center.
Oh,
Yeah, just hand rolling cigars and selling them in Manhattan, you know.
okay.
In 1998, Jonathan moved to Nicaragua,
Yeah.
and people call him the crazy gringo because he moved from a super nice place in Manhattan and started living in above a cigar place. Just not caught, you know.
Just started the business.
Trying to start the business, yeah. Marvin stayed in New York to keep the money going and all that side of it. And in 1999, Jonathan came back and they launched their product, Acid. Acid cigars, yeah. The flavored cigar brand.
Oh, interesting.
Infused flavored cigars.
I don't think I've ever seen those.
Yeah, you have. I have them right over there.
Oh. Oh, shit.
They're in the humidor.
Okay.
This is a
We'll
nice
have to
new
check them out.
humidor.
Yeah. But they don't just make flavored cigars. They make these now, so they make infused and non-infused. But Acid has become the best-selling infused cigar in the country
Oh, wow.
and one of the 10 best-selling cigars overall.
So what made you decide to pick Drew Estate for tonight?
Just another brand I wanted to put on, yeah.
Yeah?
Nothing spectacular.
Okay.
I did get some free merch
Oh.
from my cigar rep, so I was like,
Okay.
hey, I'll throw that on there, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
thank you, Nick. I appreciate that.
Paul, you come up with a way to give away all this stuff?
Yeah, we got some stuff to get.
You gotta keep thinking. You gotta come up with a good way to give away.
Well, I already came up with an idea, but
And Heather, if you want something, you gotta put the kiddos to sleep and come into the bar.
Yeah, Heather, get down here. Heather Cohen.
What's that?
Heather Cohen. Yeah, my cousin. Yeah, so let's see here. Following the success of Acid Brand and their infused lines,
Yep.
Drew Estate decided to turn
Oh,
more
wow.
the Grinch is here
traditional
The Grinch is
premium
here.
cigars.
with eating an onion.
No, the Grinch decided. What the hell happened?
I don't know.
How did we get so famous that the Grinch showed up?
I know, right? This is
We're just
crazy.
a little local podcast.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey.
Grinch.
See you
Yeah.
later, Grinch.
I don't think he walked into to camera. So
No.
So that's too bad.
we're getting requests to play some Christmas music too in the
No, we're not
background.
playing Christmas
I know.
music.
Oh, here he comes. Here, let me
There's the
switch
Grinch. Now you
over.
can see him on the bar.
Yeah, there he is. Oh,
Don't knock our cameras. Grinch. Oh, there he is. He's on. There we go.
Hello, Grinch. Eating onions.
Doesn't smoke cigars though.
Nope. Doesn't like the smoke.
See you later, Grinch.
Thanks for stopping by.
So yeah, after the acid stuff, they did come out with non-infused cigars. Undercrown being one of them. Liga Privada.
So all of the acid is made by Drew Estate.
Yes, correct. And then the tobacco is also made by Drew Estate.
Okay.
Yep. So Undercrown, Liga, Hera Steli, Nika Rustic, a couple other ones. Yeah.
I'm impressed with how good you were just getting back into this because that totally threw me off my game.
It is what it is, man. I'm a professional.
There it is. Yeah.
So they came up with the idea of the Undercrown cigars because the Liga Privada, they're super high-end stuff. The supplies are running out, and all their rollers were rolling some of it up and smoking it while they were making cigars.
Wait, what
Just
was
like
happening
picking up
now?
scraps.
Yeah, they were
basically?
picking up scraps from the Liga stuff and rolling it and making cigars, and they're like, wow, this is actually pretty good.
Huh?
So they came up with like a less expensive way to make a Liga Privada.
with rollers blend.
Yeah, basically this is a Liga Privada Rollers Blend cigar.
Okay.
Nice.
I love all the Underground stuff. They're all very, very good.
Yeah.
I have no issues with them.
How are they price wise?
$9.50 for this size. I believe this is the Toro sized.
Okay.
Yeah, all reasonably priced.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. Let's see. Underground Toro. Brazilian and Nicaraguan fillers and a Nicaraguan binder. Covered by a San Andreas Maduro wrapper. This is the Toro and it's 6 inches long.
Okay.
A 52 ring gauge, I believe.
52. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoy it.
I think it's really good.
So what kind of, and are there any flavor tones to that one? Even though I know it's not a flavored cigar, but are you getting,
I forgot to smell it before I freaking lit it.
yeah.
Like, so the aroma they say pre-lit is like toasted hazelnuts, medium roast coffee, and freshly tanned leather.
Okay.
I definitely get coffee.
Yeah. Do you get that when you're smoking it too, though, or just by smelling it from the outside?
I can still smell the coffee in the head of the cigar, like on the cap.
Yeah. But when you're like, not that you inhale it, but when you
When I have the smoke in my mouth,
smoke it,
what am I
yeah.
tasting?
Yeah, what are you
Yeah, so
tasting?
when it's lit, they say cocoa nibs, hints of
Wait, they say what?
Cocoa, chocolate,
cocoa nibs.
right? Cocoa.
Cocoa nibs?
I'm assuming that's dark chocolate.
Yeah, like
Cocoa nibs.
I've never heard of a cocoa nib.
That is a fancy
that's like the
way
actual
to say
bean,
like
cocoa bean.
Oh, the cocoa bean. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then hints of Bing cherry, which I don't know what Bing cherry are.
It's a cherry.
Yeah, we have them here. Bada
Yeah,
Bing. We have
yeah.
the Bada Bing cherries for our old fashions.
I feel like it's like a bar cherry.
You have one in your drink.
I'm
right
sure I do. I'll get to it eventually.
And then candied almonds.
Okay. Sounds delicious.
It's very tasty.
it is a
And
good
it's,
cigar.
I don't think it's medium. I think this is a medium. I don't find it full bodied, but I don't find it
Yeah, like
mild either.
No, it's not. It's not extremely strong, but it's not a light cigar either.
No, this is one you're gonna want to smoke like
how many? How many are you smoking of these?
In a row.
in a row.
Yeah. Before you're like puking.
4.
4?
If you had to do it right in a row, probably 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Four sounds like a good number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not like
Back to back to back.
back to back, but if I smoked 4 of these in a day, I would be happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now if you when you're smoking it, if you were to go like heavy and like
Any cigar is going to get
any
you
cigar is
sick.
gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, any cigar you do that with is going to mess you up.
Okay. Oh, children.
I mean, smoking
No,
cigar.
there's no children. I'm just
That's
saying
like-
because I swore.
Oh, gotcha.
Trying to not swear as much, but fuck, dude.
So yeah, this is like the baby brother of the Liga Bravada line.
Yeah, that's what you get out of it.
No, that's what they say. Like, this is like the baby brother because it's made from some of the same tobaccos.
Okay.
I can't even tell you the last time I had a Liga Bravada. Probably 6 years ago.
Just so hard to find.
Yeah.
And then they're not cheap either. They're
What's the price on one of those? If we were to-
18 to
Oh, wow.
18 to 40.
It's like double
oh.
the price. Like
Yeah.
to 40.
Yeah.
What's the difference? What's the
Ra-
$40?
rarity.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
are there different Liga Bravada cigars?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know of at least 3. Because you have like the number 9, you have the T52, then you have the short filler, the Papas Fritas.
Oh, the Papas Fritas are really good. That's a Liga Bravada?
That's from the Liga Bravada. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then you have the Unico series, which is like Year of the Rat, all those, you know.
Yep.
Year of the
Nope.
Ox. I think it's Year of the Ox this year. I think that's the 2022 one.
They'd use like the Chinese New Year,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Whatever
Yeah,
that
that
is,
makes
yeah,
sense.
I think.
Okay.
I'm definitely not an authority on this stuff, so
Of course not.
I'm just a basic man.
Your rep's going to yell at you.
So what?
fine.
You're
What kind of?
giving out misinformation.
I text him tonight to ask him questions, and he never texts me back.
Well,
so
then it's his
your own
fault.
fault, Nick. But I don't know anything tonight.
Okay, you want to give it a rating?
Hold on.
Oh, there's more.
I do, but I just want
But
to give
wait,
the sizes.
there's
So
more.
the undercrown sizes, they come in Gordito, which is 6x60. Corona Doble,
fatty.
which is 7x54. Grand Toro, which is 6x52. That's what we're smoking. Robusto, 5x54. And like a boxed press Toro and a Churchill,
What's a Churchill?
a 6x52.
Okay, so it's a small one.
No, Churchill's usually the 7-inch.
I know, they don't say-
652 is this.
I know. That's what it said online.
Okay.
Oh.
I was just as confused. Just as confused.
Thanks,
so-
Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Just kidding. It's my own fault.
Yeah.
I should have done more research, but I'm lazy.
Well, I mean, if it says 6, it's 6.
Yeah, it's 6.
You know? Can't really complain. All right.
So yeah, rating?
Yeah,
Let's
rating
see.
1 through
Let me
10,
get some
decimal
smoking. We'll get some
places.
smoking in. You can do some talking.
Yeah, okay. We'll get some smoking in. I can't get any smoking in, but I am excited for where we're going to move on to from this. My drink of the night is a old fashioned. However, it's made with Old Forester, so I'm going to be excited when that happens. I will say that it is getting pretty smoky in here, and not being a cigar smoker, it's a lovely thing to be in. But it looks like on the video we're not seeing that, so that's good.
Yeah, you shouldn't be too smoky.
It's not too smoky. Maybe it's
You're
just
in
because
the
I'm
corner.
sitting in between the two of you.
Right.
Yeah.
And
smoking you
we
out?
got that guy, but yeah, exactly. I'm getting the second hand all through it, but that's okay.
I can fix that for you next week.
No, we're good. We're good.
Well, no, I can like make that thing blow right down on you, so it won't.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
Yeah. Rating.
All right, yeah. Rating.
What do you think, Paul? Do you have anything else to add to this cigar?
I mean, this is a good cigar. I have actually a couple of boxes of these at home. The first time I had one of these cigars, I was very pleasantly surprised. It's a darker looking cigar, which makes me think it's going to be really heavy and really flavorful. But it is a medium cigar. I would give this like an 8.
Just 8?
Oh,
An 8.8.
8.8?
9.
That's impressive.
I think it's a good cigar.
That's
8.
impressive.
Wow, that is high.
I was thinking 8 to 9, but I would say 8.
Well, that's the difference. Like we all have our own opinions.
So Meg got some coffee scents out of it. Scents.
Scent.
S's are so hard. So maybe she wants to give us her rating if she is
Well, she can get back to us at some point.
chatting on here, but
Yeah, just
we'll wait
throw
for.
her rating on the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, just throw it on the chat.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Anyone else is smoking this that's on the chat, feel free to give us your rating. And I don't know, are you going to 8 it or?
8 8's a fucking big number.
That's a big number.
You
I really meant
like
8. Oh, I was gonna say 8 to 9, but I repeated myself.
Got you.
A solid 8's good.
Solid 8.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, that makes more sense.
rookie score though.
The 8-8 was like a stutter.
No, yeah, no rookie
That's not
score. You
rookie
got a
score.
decimal point.
He
Right.
went decimal point the first time.
What?
He went 8.8 the first time.
Yeah, but that's because he stuttered.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
so
Meg has a score here. She ranked it an 8.5.
I'm
Okay,
going
there you go.
7.9.
7.9.
Yeah, I was stuck between
I like it.
7.8 and 7.9, but I really do enjoy the Underground series. It'll be interesting to do one of the other ones, one of the Shade or the Sun-Grown, and see what I rate that at.
For a long time, I was convinced I only like darker looking cigars, like Maduro cigars.
Why
But-
was that?
I don't know. I think I had a couple of Connecticut wrappers, Habanos, that I just got a flavor profile that I didn't like.
Yep.
And more consistently, I do like Maduro cigars, but I have tried like the Shade and the Connecticut and Underground, and I really enjoy them also.
Yeah.
So
Well, I turned you on to that one Connecticut that you were like, holy crap, where'd that come from?
what was it the
Black Label Trading Porcelain.
Oh, the porcelain, yeah. Well, also you gave me a 12 acres, 12-acre
12-acre farm.
Yeah,
That's-
that was really good.
20-acre farm.
20-acre farm,
That's also from Drew Estate, I believe.
really good cigar.
Yeah. Good call. Good
Yeah,
call. Way to
there you
remember that. That was a very... So that's a little bit... I think that's more in their mid-range, higher-end stuff, like $12, $13, $14 a stick, I believe. Don't quote me on that.
Well, you didn't make me pay for them, so I don't know.
What a nice
So
guy.
any
What
more
a
of those
nice
you
guy.
can give me
What a
would be
nice
great.
Please keep them coming.
You mean you paid for it yourself?
No, not cigars.
Oh,
Cigars, it
no,
doesn't
cigars
matter.
doesn't matter. You
No.
can give them away.
Yeah, I can give away
Oh,
cigars.
nice.
Cannot give away booze. All the booze being drank here tonight by all of us is being paid for.
Absolutely. All right.
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much. So that's the cigar.
Appreciation.
Oh,
That was a long applause. I didn't
was,
think it
yeah.
went that long.
so we're moving on to
right.
the Old Forester. That's what we said we're
Yeah,
drinking tonight.
all right.
Thanks for choosing Old Forester.
It's amazing.
Yeah, good call.
Did I choose that?
Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
good call.
Hey.
Thanks.
one
Yeah, I
here.
choose the cigar. You choose the alcohol.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah,
Total
that
sense. You
total
remember.
sense. Has nothing to do that we have the Old Forester rep in the house right now,
We're-
giving out free
We're
samples.
not doing an Old Forester whiskey tasting right now, which is awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of turnout.
It is.
People
it
coming
is.
in and out. And
Definitely.
trying
You can
shit
take a
and
look
leaving.
here. It's thanks for coming out, everyone.
so Old Forester is created by George Garvin Brown and named after Dr. William Forester.
So who is Dr. William Forester?
No idea.
No idea.
I could not find that out.
Really?
We're gonna bring Don on a little bit. He
Oh,
might be
maybe
able,
Don
He might
knows.
be able to tell us.
Does it go by Don or Gene? Don Gene? John?
Don.
Don.
D-O-N.
It's
Don.
yeah, but it said on your post Don Gene.
Ooh, oopsie.
Is that not it?
That's not it.
Oh,
That was a mistake by me.
oops.
I apologize.
All right, just kidding.
Yeah, so Old Forester was
Don.
first bottled in 1870, and then in 1897, they had to go up from 90 proof to 100 proof because of the Bottled and Bond Act, which I didn't know. So I learned something. There was a Bottled Bond Act. Maybe Don will be able to tell us more about that.
Wait, do we know where specifically this was?
No, zero idea. In the United States, U.S. Bottled and Bond Act of 1897.
Oh, it's a U.S. Act. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it increased it.
Yeah, from 90 to 100 proof.
That's interesting. I wonder why they would make it have to be higher proof. Especially like this is before Prohibition.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe this was part of the reason why Prohibition started. They were like, let's just make shit stronger.
Yeah.
Make it stronger.
All right. You want to get Don in here so I don't look like an idiot anymore?
Oh, where is that Don giving out the stuff right there?
No, that is not Don. That
That's
was
not Don.
Charles.
Oh, Don
Is
is
that Don
the
up
in
in the
the
bar there?
Professional-looking fella. Yeah, he's coming over.
coming on
I was
over.
going to get up and get him, but I got to get up and get out of the way.
Yeah. You can move your chair back and let him in. All right. All right. Okay, so let's welcome. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Want to let him get his headset on here. Oh. Is it? You can just pull him through. Just pull it through. Or that. That works too. Okay. We're just getting Don all set up here. Okay. There's letters on the headphones so you know which side is which. We're going to put you live here and get the crowd to give you a warm welcome.
Welcome, Don.
Don from Old Forester.
Thank you.
So, Don, we were just going through some basic stuff about Old Forester. We haven't gotten into tasting profiles, but I said Old Forester was created by George Garvin Brown and named after William Forester. Who was William Forester?
William Forester was a doctor in Louisville, and in those days, whiskey was sold as much for medicinal purposes as anything else.
Okay.
And Dr. Forester would prescribe this particular whiskey made by George Garvin Brown.
Now, was George Garvin Brown also a doctor?
No, he was a pharmaceutical salesman, and in those days, whiskey was sold by the barrel, and you could never really be sure of the quality of the whiskey. So George Garvin Brown started the company by guaranteeing the quality of the whiskey. And what he did in his day before he was a distiller, he went and bought whiskey from 3 of the top quality distilleries in Louisville, batched them together, and bottled it.
Okay.
And to signify the quality of that whiskey, he signed his name to every single bottle.
Really? Like hand signature?
Hand signature.
I heard they used to do that back in the day, like hand signature on the bottles.
Yes. And
That's cool.
prior to that, whiskey, it was the first bottled whiskey ever.
Yeah, I did read that.
And
First
that's what
bottled
started Brown-Forman Corporation back in 1870.
So then after that, I went into, in order to comply with legal regulations in 1897, they went from 90 to 100 proof, the U.S. Bottled and Bond Act.
Now, the Bottled and Bond Bourbon Act was a great compromise between distillers and the U.S. government. And what it was is, prior to that, distillers were charged a tax on what they made, not what they bottled.
Okay.
And as you know, as you age whiskey, it evaporates. And over the course of 2 to 4 years, you lose anywhere from 10 to 15% of the volume.
Really?
But they were paying taxes on 100% of what they made, but only could sell 85% of it.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
The Bottled and Bond Bourbon Act was a compromise between the government and the distillers. And the compromise was, it was defined that the whiskey had to be made by one distillery in one distillery season, and then it had to be bottled at 100 proof, because the tax was then pegged at 1 gallon at 100 proof whiskey. So it was a 100 proof gallon tax. And some whiskeys were above, some were below. So what they did is they uniformly made it 100 proof so the tax would be consistent. But the compromise was that now they only have to pay the tax on what was bottled, not what was made. But the government had to have a key to the warehouse.
Okay.
So if you
They would go in and just...
Now, if you owned a distillery, you could not have access to your warehouse.
Oh.
You had to find a government revenue agent that had the key to your warehouse to let you in.
Oh, goodness.
So, again, try to find a government employee today to do
Do
something.
anything, yeah.
So, and
Especially before cell phones and
Yeah.
And in those days, because whiskey wasn't an exact science, for every 100 bushels of grain you mashed, you had one revenue agent living on the property. Because they had to be there all the time to make sure you didn't steal your own whiskey.
I bet you they're glad they don't do that anymore.
Well, science has gotten so good and everything's so efficient, they know pretty much what the yield is going to be for all the bushels you make.
Yeah.
So now it's more of an honor system, and taxes are pretty much figured out based on proof. But the Bottled and Bond Bourbon Act was what they called really the great compromise between distillers and the federal government.
So it helped the distillers out.
It helped them because now they could sell everything. They only were taxed on what they could bottle and sell.
Gotcha.
So,
So then we were going on, and in 1910 they had a fire.
yeah. In 1910, we were on West Main Street where our distillery has been rebuilt, And Owsley Brown, George Gordon Brown's son, like his father, tasted every barrel of whiskey that came down the line. And in 1910, there was a fire, and there were a lot of barrels that were damaged either by fire or water, and they had to rebarrel them. And it had never been done before. So those whiskeys went back to age, and when they came down the line, Mr. Brown tasted them and realized that this whiskey was not the Old Forester that they knew.
Okay.
It was a different tasting whiskey.
Yeah.
The double barreling process changed the taste of the whiskey. And he said, we can't call this Old Forester. We have to call this something else. So they decided on Old Forester Old Fine Whiskey. And when we resurrected the distillery, one of the Browns, Suzanne Brown, was doing some research, came across the story of the fire, and went and asked her father, Mac Brown, who used to be my boss, Dad, do you know anything about this fire? And Mac went downstairs in his cellar and came up with a bottle from 1910, and it said Old Forester Old Fine Whiskey
it
on
says
it.
very old fine whiskey.
And that's why we named this one. So
And it wasn't really the first double-barreled bourbon. Like, no one had ever done it.
Nobody had ever done it before.
They didn't have to.
Well, they didn't have to, but it was also very inconvenient. Nobody had the facility set up to double barrel. And so after that batch was done, it literally wasn't done for another 70 to 80 years.
Oh, wow.
Really?
So
Wow.
we not only were we the first bottle bourbon, we were the first double-barreled bourbon ever made.
All right.
Although you did have a little bit of a gap there.
Well, it wasn't just us, the industry.
I'm sure, absolutely. No, that's pretty crazy that.
So then,
go
10
ahead.
years after that, you go right into Prohibition.
Again,
And Old Forester was one of the only ones that were able to sell whiskey during the Prohibition, or not sell it, but
well, it's a little bit more involved than that. Again, the Browns are very forward-thinking, and again, at that time, they saw what was on the horizon with Prohibition. So they applied to the government to get a license to distill whiskey for medicinal purposes. And they were one of 10
smart people.
very smart people. They were one of 10 bourbon distilleries that were granted a license to make whiskey for medicinal purposes.
Nice.
Of those 10, Brown-Forman is the only one, and Old Forester is the only whiskey that has survived to this day that has never stopped making whiskey. Some of those other brands either stopped or went out of business. Old Forester has been made continuously since 1870 by the same family with the same recipe in the same location in Louisville, Kentucky. So for 152 years, they were able to do that. There's no other whiskey that has that unbroken line.
Nice. So when they sold it for medicinal purposes, were they selling it in like pharmacies and things like that?
Yes, and if you think back, perhaps growing up, a lot of people might remember going to small mom and pop grocery stores.
Yeah.
And you saw pints and half pints on the back wall. You used to have to get a prescription to get bourbon. And I've seen prescriptions, and they would literally read, 1 pint Old Forester to be taken internally as needed, refilled 3 times. And you would go to a local drugstore and you would get your medicine.
And they would give it to you.
Yes.
That is awesome.
So it was great to have a great relationship with your doctor.
Absolutely. So I'm curious, what kind of ailments would you require to get an Old Forester prescription? Do you know?
Well, it just wasn't whiskey. It was gin. It was whatever ailed you. You got different prescriptions. Like gin was always great for stomach ailments.
Okay.
Bourbon, snake bite. I mean, it could be anything, but
Yeah.
it's how good your doctor was.
Nice. That's good. If Prohibition comes back, I gotta find a good doctor.
Yeah, I have a couple of those. So not much happened between then and then World War II, which I didn't know they did anything for, but they supplied, not World War II, they were the first distillery to convert an entire production to industrial-grade alcohol for the war efforts.
Yes.
So
That's pretty interesting, right?
what was the industrial grade alcohol used for?
Well, it was a big range of anything from torpedoes to antiseptics to you name it. The war needed everything from everybody. Alcohol was just part of the process.
Now, did they provide alcohol as well?
I'm sure there were quite a bit that got out there. Some of our other brands were made fairly well known by other notoriety figures of the time. But
Okay.
those are stories for another day.
Okay.
So after that, I have 1959. They introduced what we have today, which is the 86 proof.
Yes.
So they went from 90. So from 1870 to 1959, there's all 90 proof.
Yes.
And then after that, it was what we have now, 86 proof.
Well, they had the 100 proof too, right?
Well, that was no. Their main one was the 86 proof.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, so when they made the 100 proof, they continued to make the 90 proof,
Yes.
but in addition made the 100 proof just so it would fall in line with all the rest.
Yes.
For taxes. Got it.
Good to know. Good to know.
I'm paying attention here. This is good stuff.
I don't have much after that. I couldn't find much more information, history on from 1959 to now.
Well, again, 1959, that was 3 years after Brown-Forman made another purchase.
Okay.
Another whiskey that you may have heard of out of Tennessee called Jack Daniels.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels?
Brown-Forman bought that in 1956.
Okay.
And literally, it was...
So Old Forester owns Jack Daniels.
Brown-Forman owns
Old Forester and Jack
Daniels, yes.
Gotcha.
And Old Forester is what started Brown-Forman. And then over the years, they bought, sold, and acquired a number of different brands, our most famous being Jack Daniels.
And do you know the history of Jack Daniels?
Very much so.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious. The name Jack Daniels, is that two separate people or is that one person?
Jack Daniels was a real person.
Okay.
His real name was Jasper Newton Daniel.
Okay.
And his nickname was Jack.
Jack, there you go.
And I'm kind of glad he went by the nickname because it would be awful
Jasper
hard to
Daniel.
going into a
Terrible
bar
name
and
for a
ordering a
whiskey.
Jasper and Coke would be a little
Yeah.
hard to order.
Doesn't sound as
let
manly.
me get a Jasper and Coke. Yeah, that sounds weird.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. So right now, Warren and I
Yes.
are drinking the regular Old Forester 86.
86.
Yep. What sort
You
of?
didn't get any of the 100?
No, I went with 86 today.
Do they still make the 100? I'm just curious.
Yes.
They do.
What should be our flavor
Well,
profiles?
Yeah, what are we
like, what
tasting
should we
out of
smell?
this?
What should we taste?
well, first, let me give you a little bit of background. The flavor profile comes from the mash bill. And the mash bill of Old Forester is 78-12-10. 78% corn, 12% rye, 10% barley. So the corn gives you the sweetness.
1920.
The rye gives you the spice and the heat, and the barley gives you the creamy mouthfeel.
Oh.
And when you put it into a new charred white oak barrel, what you get, and this is typical of bourbons, you'll have a range of taste profiles. Typically, you'll get vanilla, butterscotch, caramel, some type of spiciness. It could be cinnamon spice. It could be
I taste cinnamon in this one.
peppermint
for sure.
candy spice. But that's a general description of the profile of bourbon. On the Old Forester 86, you are definitely getting that strong caramel, vanilla butterscotch, almost an
The
oaky
butterscotch,
spiciness.
yeah. Absolutely.
And it's just a very good full-bodied bourbon.
It is. Very delicious.
I like it. What about like on the nose? Do people normally smell bourbon?
Bourbon is some of the most aromatic whiskey out there. You will get those sweet notes. You'll get sometimes on a younger whiskey, you'll get some of the grainier notes. But this one, you get a nice, mature, full-bodied bourbon where you get those sweet aromatics and that underlying spiciness.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, you can. It's definitely got aromatics.
It's very good.
Yes, this is delicious. This is great. And I've actually been drinking it in an old
How is it in
fashioned.
the old fashioned?
It was delicious.
Fantastic.
Does,
I mean,
does the
it's
flavor
gone.
still come through?
Oh,
with
the
all,
flavor
like,
definitely comes through.
Does
Yeah,
it?
even with all the extra stuff in the old fashioned, which old fashioned is pretty basic. There's not too much to it.
No, but it's very flavorful. Like
It is.
When we had the Woodford the first time,
yes,
I like Woodford straight, and I gave it a really good score. But I wouldn't drink Woodford in an old fashioned
okay.
because I like to. I feel like the bourbon gets lost.
I can see. Well, definitely tasting it against the straight, you don't get as many of the flavor tones. You don't really get like the aromatics are gone. But it's still delicious. It's still great. And then drinking it straight, yeah, I think that's really the way to go with this. It's nice. It does have a very cinnamony spice to it. That's very strong. Okay, what just got put in front of me here?
What just got put in front of you was the Old Forester 1920.
Ooh, okay.
So that's going to be the Prohibition style.
Style though, it's not actually aged from 1920,
No,
which would be
just that-
freaking amazing.
No.
And you would never give me any of it because he would go out of
Too
business.
expensive.
But it is made in the style. When you taste it, I'm not going to tell you the proof until after you take a sip.
Oh, it's 100 proof, I'm being told.
No, it's more than that.
It's more.
Don't listen to other people because they don't know what they're talking about.
I'm going to let you sip it, and then you tell me
Someone's
what you think
trying
the
to
proof
trick you.
is.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Actually, hold on.
It's in a different glass too, so
It is,
the
but
glass one's a good one to drink it out of.
I'm getting a lot of the same aromatics out of it. I will say that. It's
it
very,
the same
very
mash bill?
similar.
Exact same mash bill.
Exact same
always.
mash bill.
The only way you
Okay.
can change the taste on a whiskey is to change the mash bill, the water source, the yeast, the aging, or the proof.
Okay, well, apparently the proof's been changed, so... Oh, what are we doing here?
Paul wants to talk.
Oh,
You turned him down. 'cause
I turned
they
you
were
down,
saying-
yeah,
'cause of my
'cause
neighbors.
there was a
Yeah.
bunch of people here. I'm so
So what
sorry.
were you
No,
gonna
it's
say,
no
Paul?
problem. I was asking, can you tell the difference in the proof just from smelling it? Between the
I don't
two?
think so.
I can't.
They
Not
smell exactly the same
not
to me.
I'm
necessarily.
gonna taste it right now.
So it's definitely a higher proof, but I don't know.
I feel like the alcohol comes up a lot quicker.
I feel like this is actually smoother than that one.
I feel like it's smoother.
a lot smoother, creamier.
But the bite, like the alcohol bite,
Yeah.
happens a lot faster than it does with the
It
other
does,
one.
but it goes away quick too.
Yeah.
Like in the original one, it's the after. It like comes in and like attacks you after you've drinking it. Whereas this one, it punches you in the face right away, but then you get the creaminess afterwards.
All right, now I'm going to tell you the proof because you're not going to believe it. It's 115 proof.
No way.
115. Because again, going into Prohibition, you needed really strong medicine.
Wow. I think this will cure a lot of my ailments.
Yes.
I need a prescription.
Let's try some more of this tonight.
Will my insurance pay for this?
I think it might. Will your insurance pay you to come here and try it?
I'll ask.
Let's ask.
No, this is great. I love all the history of this. I feel like knowing all of this background makes it taste so much better because you're like feeling the history as you're sipping the drink. It's
I
delicious.
feel like I'm from 1920 right now.
Well, no, because that's Prohibition, right? Oh, wait, when was Prohibition? 2019? No,
1919 to 1933.
it was. Okay.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yep.
I knew that, but that's a long time to go with no
And there were some states
do
that
this.
went dry before that.
alcohol.
Well, yeah, and you say no alcohol, and marijuana was illegal for however long, but people found a way. So
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
Some underground places.
Yeah, we actually have a place. What's that called? Soul.
Yeah.
That is
Yes.
it's like
theme.
a themed speakeasy. Exactly,
Yeah.
which
It's really
is
nice.
which is
They have
cool.
good- they have really good food there,
It's delicious.
and they have a great selection of whiskey.
Do they have Old Forester? They
Yes,
probably
do.
should.
I
There it
believe
is.
they do.
Don would know.
Don would know.
Don's the man.
Absolutely. No, this is great.
Anything else from Old Forester you want to talk about, Don? Or
Well, there is one other one that Charlie might be able to pour a little sip for you.
Ooh, that sounds expensive.
just a little sip.
Put it this way, you will never ever see this again.
Wow.
This was something that was done on the 150th anniversary of Brown Foreman.
Really?
So what Charlie is going to be pouring you is the 150th anniversary. Oh, it's out in the car. We'll get it for you.
No, I think he was
there
saying
it
he
is.
was saying how many do you want?
4 or 5.
He
Whatever.
doesn't, he doesn't
None
drink.
for me, thank you.
Yeah, he doesn't drink.
So this was bottled.
He's not taking my 3. I'm trying to tell him how many. He's like, no, Don's
Joel
going
over
to
there
tell
is like,
me
yeah, I'll take
how
the
many.
fourth.
This was bottled to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Brown Foreman, and they only made 150 barrels.
Wow,
They did 50 barrels at different proofs. So,
150.
yeah, they did 3 batches of 50 barrels at different proofs.
Oh wow.
what's
So
that?
really, there's only 50 of these out there.
There's none left.
Well, yeah.
Because this is 2 years old now. So they did 50
So where did
barrels.
this come from? How did you get a hold? I mean, obviously,
Don's the man.
got
obviously, but I
connections.
mean, like, has this been sitting around or?
It's been in my garage. I've held these for events like this to talk about it because the history of Brown Foreman is fantastic. You notice the brown bottle, very medicinal-like.
It does.
Oh,
it
that makes
was.
sense.
Here,
That's
I'm gonna flip the camera over here.
And I will tell you that this one is bottled at 125.6.
Holy shnikes. 125 proof?
Yes.
And knock my socks off.
So this
Or
is-
my boots.
This is barrel strength. Each of the other two batches were different
Knock
proofs.
my boots off.
I don't drink, but this smells really good.
Thanks.
All right, let's go.
There's another one right there.
Oh, he brought 4.
Oh, wait.
No, he gave me one. He gave me.
Oh, everyone has one?
I'll save mine
Remember
for
last
someone
week when
special.
I drank the wrong?
Yeah.
Remember last week when I drank the wrong thing?
I do remember
I'm
that.
not gonna do that this week.
Okay.
So this is the 150th anniversary.
150th anniversary. And what was the proof again?
100. This batch is
125.
125.6.
I'm excited.
So when you smell it, you're going to get a great nose on this one.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Now I have to compare.
It does smell like there's more flavor
Do
coming
you
out of
mind
the
if I
nose.
grab your glasses and smell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So these 50 barrels for each
ahead.
batch were very specially selected by our master distiller, Chris Morris.
Okay. And now, how long has Chris Morris been with the company?
Chris Morris has been with the company for well over 25 years.
Oh, wow.
He's in the Whiskey Hall of Fame, both International and American Hall of Fame. And Chris Morris, a friend of mine, is also what I consider a whiskey genius.
Really?
So he knows what he's talking about.
Well, he
So let's get him on the
he
podcast.
does the birthday bourbon. He does the Masters collection every year. Chris Morris understands the effect of wood on barrels, and he's done a fantastic job with the Masters collection. This one and many others.
Oh, was
So-
I supposed to wait?
No, go for it. Okay. So I'm gonna talk because
Yeah, please.
So-
Wow. Okay, you can definitely. I'm going to talk, and then Warren's going to interrupt everything I say. You can definitely taste the proof on this one.
No doubt.
This one kicks you in the face, but it's still smooth. Like
Okay.
it's still. I gotta do another sip here. Oh, we're good. We're doing a picture. Okay.
Whoa.
So I will say that this one definitely has more of a burn to it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of flavor in that. Like
There's a ton of flavor.
Right on the beginning of the palate. Like as soon as you put it in there,
Yeah.
it's flavor.
Definitely not as smooth as the 115 proof. That one's got a little creamier. Doesn't have that creaminess to it that I tasted before, but
The heat on this one lingers.
the heat lingers exactly. I
But
think
it diminishes. It hangs, but it slowly fades away.
It does.
It's not overpowering.
No.
and it doesn't take your breath away. It's
no, exactly. It lingers, but then when it while it's like fading out, it brings all the flavors kind of up as it's doing that, which is kind of nice.
Good.
Makes you feel warm and fuzzy on the
It
inside.
does. It makes you feel warm and fuzzy for sure. So you said they only made 150 barrels of this?
50 of each batch.
50 of each. So
To
there's only
commemorate-
50 of this,
Right.
Okay.
To
which
commemorate
means there's one.
the 3 distilleries he went to
Gotcha.
when he started.
Okay. So how many barrels do they usually make?
That's up to the master distiller.
No, like on 80 of 86. How many barrels does Old
Like in a
Forester
year.
produce?
Yeah.
Like how many barrels do you produce a year?
You know, I'm not
Ooh, I got
exactly
him.
sure of that one, but
got him.
I can give you,
We'll take an estimate. No one's going to hold you to it.
again, what they're making is what's to be sold in a few years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it takes 4 years for this stuff to age. So, you know, they could be putting down 2,000 barrels a day. I mean, I don't know exactly what they're up to right now, but within the Whiskey Row series, it's a lot less because we're doing it at our craft distillery on West Main Street. The 86 is at our main distillery.
How big is like the distillery on Main Street or West Main Street?
It's a very small craft distillery. It is handcrafted so that you can have tours and make these small batches
Nice.
of these very unique products.
So we could go down
We could
for
go
a tour.
do a tour.
Absolutely.
Oh shit.
Oh, well, put it on the list.
Stogies and Spirits going on the road. Serious.
So
game.
I'm curious, how many bottles do you get out of a barrel?
Typically, a barrel will yield anywhere from 240 to 300, 750 mLs.
Oh, wow.
And the reason it varies so much is because of the evaporation.
Like
we
you
talked
said,
about.
yeah, it evaporates so much.
Yeah, so like if you're higher in
In the age?
in the
And then it also
the barrel
depends
house.
on the proof, too.
Oh, yeah.
Also depends on the proof, because when you cut it to 80 proof, obviously you
You get
Adding
more.
more
you
water.
get more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you do a typical barrel strength, you will get maybe a maximum about 180 bottles.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. How long is the regular 86 aged for?
Usually about 4 years.
4 years. Yeah.
4 years.
Again, it's as Brown-Forman, we're not as much about age statements as we are maturity.
Okay.
And one of our master distillers told me a long time ago, is Don, we're not about age, we're about maturity.
So
Same
he
thing like people. Some people mature early, some don't. And he made it very clear. He says, I'll tell you when it's ready.
That's awesome.
So he could taste something and be like, all right, this barrel is ready, or this whole rack house is ready.
Absolutely. Well, this barrel, they do it
Or
one
like
barrel.
They do it by barrel.
One barrel at a time.
One barrel at a time. He'll
Every-
taste each barrel individually and say, yep, this barrel's good to go.
Yep.
Wow.
And again,
Where do
depending
I
on
get
the
that job?
distillery, there's tasting panels, there's everything. But it's individual barrels. If you have one bad barrel in a batch, it's going to ruin everything.
Yeah.
Every barrel is tasted.
Can you imagine
Oh,
having
wow.
a palate like that, being able to be like, yep,
That's
this one's only
amazing.
3 years old, but it's good to go.
So other than Chris, how
crazy.
many master, what are they called? Master distillers?
Master distiller.
How many do they have?
Every one of our distilleries has a master distiller.
And how many distillers do you have?
Let's see. We have Jack Daniels, which is Chris Fletcher.
Okay.
We have Woodford Reserve, Old Forester, which is Chris Morris.
So each brand.
Oh,
each
so
brand
Woodford
has
Reserve and Old
Forester.
Forester are in the same distillery.
No,
No,
they're owned by the
it's the
same company.
Owned by
ma-
the same company.
and the same master distiller. Yes.
Got it. Okay. And then,
Then we have tequila. Then we have
oh, really? What do you do for tequila? What's the brand for
our
that?
brands are Herradura and El Jimador.
Okay.
You guys do Humidor?
El Jimador is
That's
our
my
brand
that's my well tequila here. I love it. It's one of the best tequilas you can have in the well to make margaritas.
Yeah.
I love it, and you can shoot it.
No,
Super smooth.
it's great for the price. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
the best tequila you'll have for the dollar.
It's the top selling tequila in Mexico.
No
Yeah.
way. Wow. Humidor is
Yes.
in Mexico. That makes zero. That's crazy.
And Herradura, last time I was told, Herradura is number 3.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, I mean, tequila all has to come from the same region in Mexico, so
No, does it?
it does.
It has to come from demarcated regions in Mexico.
Yeah.
The majority of it is in the Jalisco region, but
Yep.
there are some outlying areas also.
Okay, I did not know that. You learn something every day.
I learned that with my Horsehead tequila that I had.
Oh, that's good stuff.
I found this guy on TikTok that knew this guy that he makes his own tequila, and he's in the region, very, very small, but he's like a glass blower. And so he has these Horsehead. It's shaped like a horse head. It's called Cabal. And
If you haven't had it, Dawn, you should try it at some point.
I don't know if he ships it to the U.S. regularly, though. I don't think he does.
That's another story. We'll talk about that one later.
So I reached out to him. I was like, "Can you send me some?" And he's like, "Sure." And so he actually ended up having to send it to a buddy of his in California, and then from there they send it to me. But apparently, I don't know if they were supposed to do that or not. So that really didn't happen. I'm just telling
saying.
stories, but I got a hold of a couple of them, and then I've reached out to him probably a dozen times trying to get more, and he's just ghosted me.
Gotcha.
What are you gonna do?
All right. Well, thanks
thank
for
you,
coming on,
Don.
Don. I really appreciate all the
Yeah,
information
absolutely.
and history.
This
and
is
if we
great.
can have you back at some point to do a Jack Daniels or a Herradura, we'll gladly do that.
Yeah,
No problem.
I
Maybe
definitely
even
want
Scotch.
the
Scotch?
wait
Oh, yeah,
Scotch. What do you
too,
guys do for Scotch?
We have 3 Scotch brands. We have
Okay.
Glendronach,
Which I have,
Yeah.
Benriach,
which I don't have.
and another brand called Glenglasser.
Oh
Don't have.
no, but
I do have Glendronach.
okay.
Yeah.
Actually, that was one of our mystery drinks, I think, on the first episode. No,
No.
that's what you guessed it was.
Yeah, I think so.
You guessed it, but it wasn't that.
Yep.
But yeah, we definitely want to have you back. You are a wealth of knowledge, and this is amazing.
We want to get Chris Morris on.
And we want more
Unfortunately,
amazing
unfortunately
alcohols.
Mr. Morris is in very high demand. So
I bet.
And we don't pay well.
Yeah, no, we don't pay very well or at all.
Well, thank you, Don.
But yeah,
You just got to buy more, Josh.
Thank you.
exactly. Thanks, Don. We appreciate it.
Well, nice to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So, the next, let me see. We have
Josh, what you think of
our.
this one? What you think of this one?
Let's
About
see.
150.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. It was really good. That's actually the one that I drink all of. But yeah, this is great. Okay.
Questions I have stuff for him, that's all right.
What's that? Oh yeah, we have to bring you back because
Like where bourbon got its name from.
where bourbon got its name from. That is going to be in a future episode. Absolutely. Thanks again, Don. We appreciate having you. Okay, so the next part of the set is we're gonna do the random call. Oh wait, no, actually, I'm sorry. No, we are going. Yeah, we're gonna do the. So I noticed there's no mystery alcohol on the.
I forgot to put that on the list.
Yeah.
We need to do a mystery
Well,
alcohol.
why don't we do it now?
Okay, let's call.
Let's do it
bartender.
now. I was like looking, and I'm like, wait, are we going all the way to the bottom already? No, we got more.
Hold on.
We got more.
We gotta stay consistent.
Yeah, consistent.
So you guys are gonna do a mystery alcohol?
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't know what it is.
We don't
Do you
know
wanna
what
turn
it
down
is.
Two Mike, just.
Oh yeah,
turn it
yeah,
down.
yeah. Let me cut that. So it's. I
Just
mean,
a
it
little bit
doesn't.
less.
It
You gonna
doesn't
have the
really
bar-
help much, but yeah,
You gonna have the bartender bring me out like a random soda so I can guess?
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Says it's called.
It's Coca-Cola. Except it's not. It's not Coca-Cola. It's cola. Random cola. Oh, here we go. Let me make sure she's up. Okay. Yep, we're good. Wait, you're not ringing though.
I know, I'm not ringing. I don't know why it's not ringing.
Is it your phone not ringing? Because I have you up. Oh, there it is.
There we
go. Okay.
She's busy, right? She's cashing someone out.
Yeah.
That's just fine.
Okay. Well, we can move on. We can do the
No, we
the
can't.
phone a
move on.
friend.
We want to do a phone a friend
We
first?
can do phone a friend and
All right,
then come
let's
back.
do phone a friend first. Let's go here. Let's see.
We can't move on. I'm the producer. We can do whatever I say we do.
All right, we're moving on.
We'll come
Do
back
phone
to
a friend.
it.
But what if we come back?
What
and
friend
she's
are we
still-
phoning?
We're phoning Preacher Man Dan.
Oh.
Preacher Man Dan.
Preacher Man Dan.
Yep.
Does he know we're phoning
Hey,
him?
what's going on?
Hey Dan, you're on the podcast right now.
Preacher Man
Oh, all right.
Dan.
Preacher Man Dan, and we're
If
on.
I'd known you were calling, I'd have put on my pants.
Well, no need.
No need. There's no.
It's a
video-
podcast.
No video over there for you, buddy. Preacher Man Dan. Hey, so we're doing a podcast, as you know, and every week we just phone a random person or a friend of mine, and we ask them what their favorite alcohol is they like to drink. And because I know you like to smoke cigars. So if you could do both, favorite alcohol, favorite cigar, vice versa.
Well, gosh, my favorite alcohol is whatever somebody else is offering me. But
Free alcohol is
if
good
I've got
alcohol.
any, if I've got any kind of choice at all, I do prefer bourbons.
Okay.
And I generally, if I can find it, unfortunately, it's not distributed in New Hampshire, but I really enjoy Journeyman Distillery Silver Cross. Very smooth bourbon. Almost a little bit of a fruity taste to it. Very easy sipping. Made in Indiana, northern Indiana.
Whiskey in Indiana. Whiskey in Indiana.
Wait, you said
Wait,
he said
it's not-
bourbon.
It can't be bourbon. It's
It
'cause
can't
it's-
be bourbon.
It's whiskey, but he likes bourbon and whiskey. It's kind of in the same thing. So it's a whiskey made in Indiana. Are they known for making whiskey?
Like Indiana.
They are. Well, there's an awful lot of bootleg subculture in Indiana, but
Oh, because they were traveling to like Canada, or right?
Oh, I don't know.
yes. Well, and you're only where that stuff's made is only about an hour away from Chicago. Of course, everybody knows about Chicago mob bootleg history.
Gotcha.
Yes,
True.
absolutely. Okay, so that makes
So-
sense.
Maybe we'll have to have Dan on to give us some more history on.
Yeah, right. Dan seems very knowledgeable here.
Yeah. Preacher Man Dan. He's going to be
Preacher
on
Man
the
Dan,
podcast.
what are your positive thoughts about Old Forester?
Have you had Old Forester, Dan?
I have had Old Forester. In fact, I just had some around Thanksgiving time.
Nice.
It's very nice. Still, I don't think it has quite the smooth edge that I do like from the Journeyman.
Ooh, so here's my suggestion to you, Dan, and this is Warren. I don't know. I think we've met before,
Possibly.
possibly.
No, at the Cider Fest.
Yes, at the Cider
Yeah,
Fest.
Preacher Man Dan comes to Cider
Yeah.
Fest.
Absolutely.
He's the one standing on the big thing preaching at Cider Fest.
There you go. So what I will say is we just tried the regular Old Forester, which is a 87 proof, 86 proof, which is good, absolutely. But then we tried the 115 proof,
which is the 1920
Old Forester, and I will tell you that is so smooth and creamy. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's got bite to it because it's 115 proof, but it's got that smoothness and creaminess. So I would suggest you give that a shot because it was delicious.
Well, certainly I'll take that under recommendation.
Now, I can also tell you about the 150-year anniversary,
which you can't find
bottle
anywhere,
that we had that they only made 50 barrels of, and it doesn't exist basically except in Don's hand right now. And that was 120 balls.
125 proof, Dan.
Wow.
Yeah, super high proof, very smooth.
So it kicks you in the balls, but then it like rides it out, kind of fades out quickly, and then you get all the the scents and tastes and all of that afterwards. It was delicious.
It was very good, but you can't buy it anymore.
You can't buy it.
So this is very special to have it tonight.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this: is it a particularly high corn flavor or?
Oh.
No, it's the same mash bill as all
I
the
think
other
it's the same. Well, how did they get the proof so high?
They just don't cut it.
They don't cut it.
They just don't cut it.
They just don't cut it. It comes right out of the barrel. They only pick specific barrels that come because each barrel will have a different proof. They might pick a barrel that has 118 proof. They might pick one that was 125.
And Old Forester has a high corn content anyway.
Is that what Don said?
Yes,
typically. I was off
does.
headphones when he was telling you guys that.
Okay, yeah. No, it typically does have a high corn content, so.
Nice. Well, Dan, what's your favorite cigar?
That's typical of bourbons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was terrible.
My favorite cigar, hands down, Arturo Fuente Opus X.
Really? Even though it's just like a name?
Is there
Just
an Opus X in particular that you like more than others?
There's different Opus X, you're right, Paul.
There are different Opus X, and I had one. I don't know if the model's still available or not.
See you, Don. Thank
Legend.
you. Opus X Legend.
Opus X Legend.
Legend.
Let me get out my
I had that some years ago, but it was memorable.
Okay. If you had to pick a second one, what would it be? What would be like your normal go-to cigar?
Yeah, an average guy cigar.
Like if you were to walk into a cigar lounge, not necessarily mine, but any cigar lounge, what are you going to look for?
I look for Maduros. I enjoy the rich flavor of a Maduro, depending on what availability is. I think CAO makes excellent Maduros.
A lot of people seem to like Maduros. That seems to be like the go-to for a lot of people.
I think they're generally easy smoking, but very rich and very full flavored. I don't care much for the harshness that you get from like Sumatran wrappers and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need the bitterness and harshness to it. I like it rich and very a smokier smoke,
Gotcha.
if you can say such a thing.
And if you had a cigar that was just, hey, I'm going out in the woods, I'm going to go mow the lawn. Is there a brand of cigar?
Wait, hold on. Rewind. What did you just say?
If he's going to go out in the woods or mow the lawn.
Oh, I missed the or. I'm like, why are you going out in the woods to mow the lawn?
Maybe I think I had too much Old Forester. I think I definitely had too much Old Forester. But is there a brand?
This afternoon, I just took a walk and I just had C'est La Vie from
What's that, Paul? Have you heard
Cigars
of that?
International.
Have you heard of that, Paul?
I have not. No, I haven't.
Is it like cheap? Cheap stick?
They're a very budget cigar.
What did you pay for that?
About $1.50 a stick. They're
wow.
super cheap from Cigars International. And
What, $1.50?
$1.50?
Josh
is like, why don't I have these?
Hold on. $1.50.
It's a no-name brand.
Price.
But you know, when you're taking a walk, you can smoke what you want, and you can drop the rest down a storm drain, and it doesn't even matter.
There you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A buck and a half.
When
You get like
deep
3
sea
puffs out of
fishing
it,
and
you've made
falls
your money.
overboard,
I'm sorry, what did you say?
when you're deep sea fishing and it falls overboard,
Hey.
you don't feel bad.
Exactly. No, that's awesome.
Where'd my phone go? I fucking.
Whereas if you're smoking a $20-$25 cigar, yeah, you do feel bad.
Yeah, you can't drop
Yeah,
that Opus X.
no, you can't do that.
But those,
All right,
those
Dan.
Opus X cigars are really expensive, are
They
they
are
not?
really expensive.
Absolutely.
25, 30 bucks, 40 bucks?
I've only seen them for like
Yeah.
35 bucks or more.
Really?
I mean, I recently bought an Opus X just to see what it tasted like.
Had
and
you
I
not
paid
had
like
them?
I
You
paid no, I'd never had an Opus X before.
Really?
But I paid $50 for a stick.
Holy crap.
Wow.
I mean,
And very rare, hard to find.
my personal opinion was it wasn't worth the $50, but maybe
I
I
think
picked the
they
wrong
are
one.
overpriced. You're paying a lot for a brand, for a name.
Right.
But what I find with Fuente, and this goes across the board, for a cheap Fuente, I love their Hemingway Classic series.
Yep.
But
La Flora Fina is great.
what you get with a Fuente is consistency.
Right.
You get one Hemingway Classic, it's the same as all other Hemingway Classics. You know that when you take that out of the box, it's going to be a good smoke all the way.
Yep. Yeah, Fuente has good stuff.
Often nothing too impressive, but as far as flavor, but consistent and easy smoke. There's nothing that irritates me more than having to fight with a cigar.
Yeah, it's a pain in the neck.
Especially if you have something and it tastes different, like between different cigars.
cigar,
yeah,
yeah.
each cigar.
Exactly.
That's
If you get a box
frustrating.
and you have one that's bitter and one that's not,
Yeah.
Sucks.
And then especially if someone like me, so I don't smoke cigars, but I do every once in a while. I've smoked probably a couple dozen cigars, but I don't do it regularly. But if someone gives me a cigar, if it's like you said, if it's a bitter one and I'm not used to that, then it's like, well, what the hell? And they're like, no, this is a good one. And then they smoke it and they're like, oh yeah, shit, this is bad. It's like, well, what the
Yeah.
fuck? It seems to be my luck.
exactly.
All right, Dan.
All right,
Well,
Dan.
I appreciate you taking my phone call.
Absolutely. Thanks for being
and
on the podcast.
I hope you can. Yeah, I hope you can get back here and actually sit down with us and have a cigar and a drink and.
Absolutely. You seem very knowledgeable. You would be perfect for this podcast.
All right. Well, very good.
We'll get you on soon. Well, thanks.
Much better than Gil.
Oh, jeez. All right, Dan.
I'm
have a
just
good
kidding.
night.
I'm just kidding.
We'll see.
All
you.
right.
Well, have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Take care.
All right. Now we got to do the mystery. Oh, there's some distractions going on. But we got to do the mystery.
Yeah. All right. Mystery alcohol night.
Next call.
Next call is to Michaela.
Yes.
If she's not cashing someone out.
No, she is sitting there
on
waiting,
it. She's
giving
on
me an evil stare. I feel like I don't know if you're familiar with the show Wednesday on Netflix, but that is definitely the look
Hi,
that I'm
Michaela.
getting.
I'm
So
a
you're, you're live on
Hello.
the podcast right now, so don't say anything stupid.
Good intro.
It's my disclaimer every single time someone picks up.
Yeah.
It is mystery alcohol time. We
I
would
think she
like
knows because she's
our
literally
mystery alcohol.
like 12 feet away from you, looking at you, knowing that we're on the podcast. I'm
yeah,
just
no.
saying.
Well, we would like our mystery alcohol, please.
and one more evil look, please.
Yes.
And
you.
could you
There it
actually
is.
wait?
That's a good one.
There it is. There it is. I feel like you're Wednesday Addams.
Can she just walk over here, please?
Wait, no, I have another request.
Oh, another request.
Another request.
Okay.
Could you give us a mystery non-alcoholic beverage?
For Paul, our
For
non-alcoholic
Paul.
drinker.
It could be anything. Anything.
Whatever.
So 2 alcohol.
No beer.
No,
alcohol.
no,
Don't
non-alcoholic.
do that to me.
No alcohol. Not like
can I
light
get a freebie?
alcohol.
Like a
Like a
soda
soda, water, juice,
San Pellegrino. Ooh, juice would be a good
vinegar. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no.
one. No. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Michaela. Oh, she hung up. Yeah. What? He's giving me the. You can see it. You can. Let's. Oh shit! I gotta get quicker on this. I'm gonna get better. Where is he? There.
Disclaimer.
Oh nope! Why did I hit the? Why is it? Okay, I hit the wrong button. Okay, there it is, Josh. But see, this is a bad mic position or bad camera position. There you go.
Yeah, like we need to. If you move that camera over like 6 inches to my right, it'll be a lot better view.
Oh, well, we can do that like right now.
Let's do a mic shift.
No, it'd have to be the whole thing. No, like seriously, like there you go, a little bit further. Right there. I like it. That's a little better.
Literally looks exactly the same.
No way.
Exactly the same.
No way it looks the same.
All right.
I can't see it.
Okay.
What do we think the mystery
can see it.
I
alcohol
can't
is?
see it, but it doesn't look.
Disclaimer. We are all over the age of 21 and
Okay.
What do you think
That's
the mystery
weird.
alcohol is going to be?
That's a good question.
First week we had rum. We had the coconut rum.
We had rum, yes.
Second week we had last week.
What did we have last week?
Toki.
It was, oh yeah, it was that Japanese.
Yeah, we had
thing.
Toki, and Josh had cider vinegar,
Yes.
which was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious. And then this week.
Then this week, I have no idea. I'm gonna guess it's a Scotch, but
Really?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just projecting my hope because I would really like to have a Scotch right now, but.
You gotta give me a sniff before you.
Oh yeah, definitely give you the sniff.
A shot of guessing.
I think Michaela got distracted because
I know. I'm getting tired over here.
she's not coming over. I mean, there's not that many people at the bar. Oh, she's doing the mystery
I
non-alcoholic
wonder if she's making a
drink.
mystery
Drink.
mixed drink.
Yeah, with no
Mystery-
alcohol.
Okay.
Mixed
Maybe like a Shirley Temple.
mocktail.
A
Actually,
mocktail?
New Hampshire has a mocktail month. It's in January.
Okay, next month.
Put on by Brown Foreman, the gentleman we just had here.
Shut the.
Yeah. So they actually have a competition for bar owners or liquor license owners to make a mocktail,
Ooh.
and then if you win, you get some sort of prize.
What do you know? What the restrictions are, or is it just the best tasting? Who votes?
I think it's just like a voting thing. So yeah, I put in a strawberry jalapeno margarita
Okay.
with no.
Is it like
tequila.
us regular people that can vote?
I don't
Is it
think
like an
so.
online thing,
I
or do
don't
they have
think
like
so.
judges?
I think it's judges.
Okay.
Thank you.
There we go.
All right, so
So here we have the mystery alcohol, which we are going
give
to
the other
sniff
one
this
to
time.
Joel. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I like Joel. Joel helped me move my new humidor in yesterday, so
All right. So that is
give him a bonus.
1,000% a whiskey. I can tell from the smell.
I think so too.
1,000% for me. But you know. Oh.
Rubbing alcohol.
Oh. There it is. Okay.
All right, you trying it, Warren? What do you think, Warren?
Whoa.
Ooh. Ooh.
Paul has something weird.
I
Oh.
do have something weird.
Yeah.
That looks like-
Hold on. Let me switch over to the Paul cam here.
Paul Cam.
Ooh.
That's Paul Cam.
That is
Definitely
that
a
is
mocktail.
fizzy.
that is Paul's mocktail.
That's just
disclaimer. We are all over the age of
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that
don't,
is
just
really
don't mess
weird.
with that anymore. So you tried
Yeah.
it, Warren. Any thoughts yet?
It is strong. It is strong. I feel proofness out of this.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Michaela's trying to kill us over here.
That's very good. Very good.
It's delicious.
Can't stop coughing.
I have no idea what this is. I'm gonna guess something not aged very long. I'm gonna guess something. I don't know. I feel like she likes to do things different. So here's the thing. Now I'm going kind of off of her personality versus what I'm actually tasting, because my taste palette is, I'll just say I like ramen noodles. Like, that's my taste palette. I have no problem with that.
I'm going with I think I know.
Oh.
I know what it is.
Well, hold on. Let me go first because I have no clue, and I don't want to be influenced by your choice.
Sure.
So I'm going to have another taste. I'm going to say this is... I don't know. Hold on. It is... I'm going to go for...
You have
I don't know.
idea.
Because I don't know what you have here is my problem. But I'm going to say this is...
I have a better chance of getting this.
You
You're
do.
right.
I'm going to say this is... I'm just going to say it's a high proof whiskey, and I'm going to go with that. If I had to throw a name out there, I'd say Woodford, but I'm not going to do that. So you go ahead. Woodford Rye, maybe, but go ahead.
Ooh, now you have me thinking.
Ooh,
Damn it.
Ooh, that's what I like to do here.
Now you're influencing his
Get the
decision.
thoughts rolling, right? I mean,
I'm going Glendronach. I'm going
Glendronach.
with the Scotch.
Okay. Oh,
I don't think it's that. I'm not going to tell you what I think it is because
why don't you say what you think
Woodford
it is?
Double Oaked or Glendronach.
Okay. Well, can we get her on the...
Wow, a big group of people just came in.
There is, yeah. We can see that here.
Get her on before these people get to her.
Get her, quick.
I'm trying. I'm not very good at this whole thing.
There's a lot of people here.
Yeah, we're giving her a call.
Hola.
Hey, Michaela. So we just tried this, but we have no...
Disclaimer. We are all over.
No idea?
No.
Not a clue. Well, we guessed.
I think it's Glendronach or Woodford Double Oaked.
I think it's a Woodford, like, rye.
No.
Yeah.
What is it?
So hold on. Is it a higher proof than regular whiskeys? So is it like above a 90 proof? 90 or above?
She's grabbing something.
No.
No.
Wow.
Well then, fuck. Is it young? Is it cheap?
I don't know.
No. I am so off. Okay, what is it? You can tell us. What is it? What? Oh. She just put the phone down and is helping customers now. Okay, so Paul, what do you think your mystery drink is?
I mean, I got orange juice.
Okay.
There's.
Can I give it a sniff? Do you mind?
Go ahead. Grapefruit juice. It's not soda.
Can I give it a taste? Do you mind?
Michaela,
Go ahead.
what is our alcohol? But she can't. I don't think she can hear us.
No, she put her phone down.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So I definitely the orange juice is very strong in that. I don't really taste much other than the orange juice.
Did you get
though.
grapefruit juice at all? I feel like it's got a little bite to it.
Maybe I don't taste the bite. I can see where you're saying grapefruit juice though. I can see that. Yeah.
So I just.
But I don't know. I don't know what makes this like foamy. I don't know if there's like seltzer or something in it. Or...
I'll go up.
Yeah.
I'll go up and find out. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Josh
You
is
guys keep
gonna
talking
figure it
about
out.
that. I'll get both of them.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
No, I mean that. I'm curious if it's an actual drink. Like I'm wondering if she made a drink with
Just
that
left the alcohol out.
and left the alcohol out.
Yeah.
Which could be, or if she just like put a bunch of shit together because
Juices together.
that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I feel like with alcohol, this could taste good, but since I don't drink alcohol, I mean, this is just what I got a bunch of mixed juices.
yeah, exactly. No, I hear you.
Not a good drink for a cigar. You know,
No, not at all. Way too fruity. I mean, obviously it's juices, so it's going to be fruity.
Juices and cigars don't really go very well together.
No. Yeah. You don't have to drink the whole thing.
No, just a taste.
Oh no!
It's Jack Daniels.
Oh, it's JD.
I actually had I had a thought.
Yeah.
was
That
JD.
camera's on.
Closer.
There it is.
What kind of Jack Daniels is that?
Here, can I see the bottle? Oh. All right, so we have the Jack Daniels Single Barrel Select Tennessee Whiskey,
That is friggin' Jack Daniels.
47%, which I don't know if we can do
90
math
you mean
here,
94.
but it's 94. Did
So a little bit
I
higher.
definitely asked if it was above 90,
Yes, so it's 94.
but it's okay.
a lot of flavor.
Lynchburg, Tennessee.
Did Michaela tell you what that was? What is
I
it?
did.
Ooh.
So that's a lot. So what are the flavors you think you taste?
Orange juice,
1000% orange juice.
grapefruit juice.
You get grapefruit juice. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty much all.
Wait,
I got.
you're saying there's
So
no orange juice
There is
in that?
orange juice.
Okay.
There's a little grapefruit juice.
No, so here's my question. Is it a drink or did she just mix a bunch of
Just
shit?
mixed a bunch of shit.
Okay,
So
good.
coconut milk,
Ooh,
Oh, that's what the foaminess is.
seltzer
that's the
water,
phoniness.
I knew it was
orange
seltzer.
juice, and grapefruit juice.
All right,
You
so
had 2 out of 4.
that was quick.
close.
That's
I
pretty
got, I
good.
got 3. I knew there was a little fizziness in it.
Yeah.
I knew there was seltzer in it.
All right. So you passed.
Yeah,
That's a
And
75.
I
got
and
it.
I got a
Better
little-
than we did.
That's a C.
Well, that's juices are a lot easier.
Although I did say it was a
can't-
whiskey
I can't tell you what brand of juice it is, and that's what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah, you guys are doing
Do you
juice.
just go around? Do you just go around tasting grapefruit juices?
I mean, but there
Oh,
are
this is definitely Ocean Spray.
there are tons
Absolutely
of
Ocean
whiskeys.
Spray.
There are tons of whiskeys, right? So you're
Yeah.
not just like, oh, it's whiskey. You guys got whiskey.
No,
All gotta
I
do is
got
guess
whiskey.
juice.
He went Scotch.
I did go Scotch because
I
I'm an
went
idiot.
whiskey.
I am an idiot.
So basically, I'm the expert on the show when it comes to
So-
alcohol.
Why you run the show, man?
Because I
Yeah.
friggin' suck.
Right. Okay,
Let's
so
go
we're
in-
at an hour and a half in.
We're at a giveaway though. We're
Oh, we
doing
need
a
to give away.
We're
Okay,
doing a
Paul, how are
giveaway
we giving
tonight.
this shit away?
Am I just throwing this stuff or what?
No, we're not. We're not going to throw it. We don't want to cause a riot.
What do you think we should do?
Oh, I have a great idea.
What's your idea?
Okay, here's my idea. It might take a little while, but
Tell Michaela to pull up a random tab or something.
We
No,
did that
no, no.
first
Oh,
week.
okay.
we did that first week. So here's what I think we do. We have her pick a random alcohol, pour just a little tiny bit for everybody, and whoever gets it wins. That's too long though. We should have
It's gonna
prepped
take a long
that.
That seems like a terrible idea for right now.
And expensive for Josh.
Sounds like a lot of. Let me just get my wallet out and start pulling out hundreds.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Well, you're talking about giving away shit. So, how about we quiz somebody? We asked a question that we talked about, something that we talked about on the podcast on the history of Forester, and whoever can answer that question gets to pick an item.
Like what proof 1920 is?
Sure. Right?
I'm game.
Okay.
Shout
I think that's a good idea.
No, like
Look at me coming up with shit.
do you want to go out and ask someone? Ask
Who?
some people?
Yeah, we can do that. How about we? It's tough.
So we're giving away an ashtray.
Okay,
A nice
we
ashtray.
have an
from-
ashtray,
We were just ashtray.
but the backpack too, right? Or no? Just the ashtray. We're giving away an ashtray. I don't even know about a backpack. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Just the ashtray.
Just the ashtray. Okay, we are giving away an ashtray. So if anyone can hear us, the first person that can come over here
or online.
or in the chat and tell us, what are we asking again? I'm sorry.
Crap, I don't even know the answer. Like the exact.
What?
I want the exact answer of the proof.
The proof of
Old Forester 1920.
Old Forester, don't we? We
remember
have it
what it
literally
is.
right here.
Oh, well, just fucking look at the bottle then. Oh, I just swore.
Yeah, I've been swearing the whole episode.
You've been terrible.
Ooh, so I have the proof here. So the first person to come up and tell us the proof of this 1920 Old Forester will get a
ashtray.
ashtray. Just what's that? We have a winner. That was quick.
That was quick.
That was quick. All right, where's the ashtray at?
The ashtrays. Who won it? Oh, the ashtray is right next to Joel.
Oh, well, Joel.
There you go, Joel.
Is it in that Nika
Yeah.
Rustica
Joel, you get
bag?
that. You get that bag and the two
Right there.
cigars on top of it. The cigars are Acid 20th anniversary. Yeah. That's all yours.
Yeah.
That's all yours, man.
Hey, can we ask him to bring it over and show it
Yeah,
to the folks at home?
Joel, do you want to take it out and show it to the camera?
Yeah, you can just show it to the main camera because every time I switch the camera for whatever reason, it keeps flipping over to the disclaimer.
Yeah, so I think this was a really good show.
I think it was. It went a little long, but you know,
we had Dawn on, so I kind of wanted to go a little bit longer.
absolutely.
'Cause he
Yeah,
had a
when we
lot
have
of
special
history.
guests,
Yeah.
yeah, it makes a difference. All right. Ooh, look at this.
at that.
Okay, so Joel is
I
going
like
to
the
come over
color.
here and show. Ooh, look at that. What is that?
He's
It
a
looks
hand,
like a
he's a hand model, isn't he?
right.
Can we see the sides of it too?
Great
Oh,
hands.
look at that.
That's
That's
upside down.
that's shiny.
Can you put that closer?
That was
to
a
the
nice
camera?
ashtray.
Can you clean your fingernails?
Oh,
Joel works for me. His fingernails are dirty for a reason. He's a
there you
working
go.
man.
All right. Thank you, Joel. We appreciate it. He can't hear us.
No, he can't hear
but,
us.
you know,
All right.
he gets the
well,
waving. Okay,
great
so I think that's
show.
it. Yeah, I think it was a good
appreciate
show.
Good show, Warren. Good job tonight.
Absolutely. Well, we did much better. We're getting there.
How did you just do that by accident?
I have no idea. I
How
totally.
perfect was that?
I don't know if
How
anyone
perfect
saw
was
that,
that?
but I literally just knocked my drink over, and
Hit the
somehow the applause went.
That was
so
awesome. That was awesome.
I think. I think this
board's
button. I think the board might have a problem. Uh oh.
Just spill your drink.
Anyway,
Thank you all for
Thanks for coming.
checking in on us tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Paul.
Yeah, this was
Thanks
a lot
for
of
being
fun.
here. Yeah, it's been a good night. We're at the Diplomat Cigar Lounge, 21 Davis Street in Keene, New Hampshire. Come down and check us out every Wednesday night. We're going to be doing a live podcast here, Stogies and Spirits. We talk about stogies, we talk about spirits. We're the basic person's guide.